All right, here we go. We have Bay Area's finest in the building, Symba.
Long time coming.
Yep, we finally did it.
We got to kick this off right, though, Vlad. You did some legendary shit that a lot of people don't speak about.
What's that?
Mixtape of the year with Tupac, the rap phenomenon mixtape. That was legendary.
Thank you.
That was legendary. A lot of people don't give you your credit. You done a lot of legendary shit, so I wanted to come here today to give you your credit.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. That was actually kind of sort of my big moment in hip-hop as someone who was always a fan his whole life to putting out something that people really reacted to in the hip-hop community and is still kind of being played to this day.
That was like 04, 05.
Yeah, it was like 04, 05, something like that. Yeah.
I remember.
Thank you, man.
I remember. I'm a student of the game.
Thank you. Thank you. It's your first time here, man. I want to start in the very beginning.
Let's get it.
Grew up in Oakland.
Yeah. No.
Grew
up in Berkley.
Berkley?
Yeah, you got to watch when you say you grew up in Oakland because Oakland people, they very territorial.
Absolutely.
I just had to beat up an Oakland DJ for talking tough. You know, he's a very colorful, flamboyant DJ, and he got a little tough with me in the studio with my homie, the boy Dame. I had to put the pause on him to sit his feminine ass down for a minute.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I actually, Berkeley was my introduction to the East Bay because I went to school at UC Berkeley.
Okay.
So I stayed out there for like 10 years, Berkeley and Oakland.
Okay.
So you started out in Berkeley and you stayed in Berkeley the whole time?
Yeah, so I grew up in Berkeley. My family's originally from Berkeley. And when I was around, I want to say 12 or 13, we moved out to Antioch.
Aha.
So Antioch is like this suburban area where around the time that you dropped that mixtape, they started allowing Section 8 to come in. And when Section 8 came in, you was able to get these 5-bedroom houses for like $12 a month. Right? So everybody from Oakland, San Francisco, Berkeley, Richmond, all moved out to Antioch.
Aha.
And it kind of turned Antioch into this like small little ghetto. So that's I went from Berkeley to Antioch.
Okay. Now, your dad.
Yeah.
Went to prison when you were 1 year old.
Yeah, when I think I was 1 or 2. Yeah.
Okay. What for?
He shot a cop.
Oh.
My dad was, he was doing his thing back in the day. A lot of people in the Bay Area know my dad. A lot of legendary people in the Bay know my dad. He was, he was one of them guys. He was out in the streets doing his thing, and he was, making a run and got pulled over, and he shot a cop. And when he shot the cop, he took off. And from the story I heard, right? So if it's anybody out there, uncles or anybody that I don't speak to that got a different analogy, make sure y'all call me and let me know. But from what I was told, he shot a cop, he took off, and basically they found him a few miles down the road and they just like beat the hell out of him. And took him to jail. He was in jail for really the whole time, that I was growing up. He pretty much got life. And I never really got to physically meet him, but we spoke. We spoke on the phone a lot. And right as we got close, because as a kid, like, when like black parents go to jail, the other parent lied to him about where they at, right? So the whole time I'm thinking he at work. So everybody was telling me, your dad at work. So I'm thinking like, damn, what kind of job got him away for 9 years to where he don't want to come see me. So I used to didn't like my dad for a minute. And then once I got to know him around 16, he had called me on my 16th birthday. And from there on, we kind of developed a relationship and we started talking more. And it was like right when we got like what I always wanted us to be, like as far as communication and father-son relationship, it was like right when we got there, he was killed in prison.
Oh, he was actually killed in what?
He
like
was killed in prison.
Fight of some sort?
Nah. So what's crazy is the officer who he had shot didn't die, right? And every time that the officer came to court, he kept, said he was traumatized by it and everything. So they would never let my dad out anytime he got an appeal. What happened was the officer ended up dying. And the day after he died, they took my dad to the hole and nobody seen him since.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think that the COs killed him?
I don't know.
We'll never know, I guess.
We'll never know. They never even released his autopsy.
Wow.
So we don't know how it happened. And then what's crazy is my granddad, was kind of like trying to figure it out, and then he randomly popped up dead in the car one day.
Huh.
In the Bay Area. So it's a weird story, you know. It's something that as I continue to grow, I'm definitely gonna figure it out and get to the bottom of it. But it's a big blur right now. I really don't know what happened.
I'm sorry for your loss, man. That's tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I lost my dad a few years ago, and I know the pain you go through when your father's just not there anymore, period.
See, it's crazy because you don't even realize it's pain.
Yeah.
When you're going through it, right? Because it was like my dad left early, so I didn't really grow up with a dad. I grew up with like different father figures in my life, but I didn't really grow up with like that real father figure scolding me on what to do and how to move. So for me, I would say I feel it more now as I get older than I did when it happened. Because in the moment, it was just like, well, you know, he's not going to be here like he's always been. But then as I get older, and I got a son now, and it's things I'm teaching my son, and I'm seeing how he react to me, and it's like, damn, I missed this as a kid. You know, I didn't get to go through this process. So as I get older, it definitely fucks with me a little bit. Definitely.